Here's a local food secret. New Yorkers love to eat and hate to cook. In so many Manhattan apartments, stoves and ovens and even refrigerators are merely decorative. Here's a U.S. Open food secret. There are plenty of places to eat beyond the food village. Oh, there are tons of options here. This is event dining at its most elevated, a mall food court with stars attached. Barbecue, both Texas and Korean. Angry tacos and yachty poke, whatever that means. Bulgogis and pierogies, hams, yams, you name it. But there are also long lines and direct sunlight. Here are options with shorter lines, which means less time away from your seat. Orbit Arthur Ashe Stadium and you'll find some gems. Tucked modestly into a corner of Arthur Ashe Stadium, it's Wine Bar, which serves burrata, the single greatest substance known to humanity. And for our money, or our meal card anyway, the place also serves the best pizza on site. 2 levels up, Joju Vietnamese specializes in world-class banh mi sandwiches and non-alcoholic mango lychee mojitos. And Fuku, the Momofuku outlet, serves up the Roger Federer equivalent of chicken sandwiches. Behind the grandstand on the South Plaza, Oyster Bar 7 comes with a lobster roll that would hold serve with anything in Maine. Let's be clear, we come here to watch tennis and not to eat, but if you had to miss a few games for one of these, so be it.
My mouth is watering, John. I used to be a lobster roll guy. Every day I'd get the lobster roll, and then I found the Pat LaFrida filet steak sandwich, and since then, it's been all Pat LaFrida since. What was the best thing you ate?
Well, burrata, that Italian cheese is the greatest substance known to man. I want to know where does Tracy Austin eat, though? As a former champion, I suspect you don't have to slum it in the food court. You like to have a personal chef, I heard, or there's some sort of private dining room. Why don't you tell us about where you eat, Tracy?
Absolutely not, but I do go to the Players Lounge, and I've got to tell you, I think the food at the U.S. Open is the best of any of the majors. They have sushi. They've got a spaghetti bar that you can go through. They've got so much healthy food. I mean, there's certainly something for everyone. The salmon there, I think I had salmon just about every single day last year. So there's terrific food. And the U.S. Open, I can't believe how many different things that you have a choice to eat from all the corporate companies that come in. They do a phenomenal job. They must have 1,000 kitchens there.
We're talking about Korean barbecue. We're talking about burrata. We're talking about lobster rolls. I want to know how many things that we just saw would Prakash allow in his body. I'm not sure what the overlap of Venn diagram is here. Would you eat any of that stuff?
Well, listen. You showed some really interesting stuff there, and it might have to be a cheat day for me right now, but I will say back when I was playing, the cheat days came fast and frequent, I'm sad to say. But going off of Tracy's point, she's right. The food in the Players Lounge, where I ate most of the time, was just absolutely fantastic, and it's evolved over the years too. I remember coming in the 90s when my father was playing the seniors there, and I was just a little kid, and it was pretty basic. And now you look at it, and it's just the highest quality chefs, and as Tracy said, every single choice you could imagine. But me, along with, I know a lot of the players will sneak out of there and make it to the food court sometimes to get some of those, really tasty treats that you talked about, John.
The protein smoothies at the Players Lounge are absolutely fantastic. But, John, you can't just talk about food without beverage. How about the Grey Goose Honey Deuce? I mean, this is the best drink at any tennis event, maybe any sporting event I've ever attended.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's a term that's lost on me. I'm not quite sure where you're going with this. I know that hydration, very important. There are a number of water fountains throughout the grounds. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, I think, no, on a serious point, and you're right. I mean, obviously, there are great places to eat. There are great players to get your drink on as well. I do think we ought to pause and acknowledge that right now those same facilities are being used for, bologna sandwiches and Poland Spring that are going to healthcare workers. It's a bit of a change. The kitchen facilities are now, of course, being used for coronavirus. But no, I mean, I think that the U.S. Open is a great tennis event, but it's also a great hospitality event, and it's all part of the appeal. You can't always have great 5-set matches. You can't always have Serena Williams.
but it's a great place to spend a day, great place to spend a night, and the whole entertainment package is part of what makes the Open so special.
Yeah, and John, talk about the New Yorkers that come there. They expect the best. I mean, there's a couple of really high-end restaurants there in New York. Very expensive, but you can get that as well.
Yeah, exactly. And, if you're lucky enough to watch the matches from a suite, they have their own catering. But no, I mean, the food on the ground a lot of these are great Manhattan restaurants that just have outlets, almost like food trucks. They have outlets on the grounds. Again, say what you will about New York, great place to eat, and the quality at the U.S. Open is terrific. And I think you're right. Shout out to Chef Billy in the Players Lounge, but again, shout out to the folks at the food court again. Boy, we hope we are all standing in line for Korean tacos and for burrata in about 120 days, guys.
John, Steve, you guys, talked about the drinks, and yes, there's a lot of options out there, but I will say, and not a lot of viewers will get to see this, in the men's locker room for a long time, there was a big Heineken on tap. And I know a lot of the players, after getting out of the tournament, may have delved into a couple of those as well. So just a little inside information there as well.
They actually provide some beverages to the media at the end of the day. So that's something in the media lounge you can get as well. Take a look at these record-breaking numbers. More than 750,000 melon balls used throughout the 2 weeks, 90,000 pounds of beef, 9,000 pounds of lobster, and 400,000 individual berries. That's a lot of food being consumed during the fortnight at the U.S. Open. All right, John, stay with us. Still to come, much more on this U.S. Open edition of Tennis Channel Live. Martina Navratilova, it's a 45-year love affair with the city of New York. We've got the men's final. Novak Djokovic, he was saying, when they were saying Delpo, I thought it was no lay. And a preview of 2019 when Rafa would resurge. And how about Bianca Andreescu winning her first Grand Slam? Stay with us. You're watching Tennis Channel Live.